Daredevil Born Again, I didn't know you knew ball like this. Episode 8 just dropped and it is peak. We gotta break this immaculate episode down scene by scene. This amazing episode kicks off by telling us whoever hired Dex to kill Foggy is sabotaging him now and basically trying to kill him. Then we finally get the answer to last week's episode. Fisk and Vanessa were working together to take care of Luca. Heather then says she regrets killing Muse. I don't know why. And then she digs into Matt saying that Daredevil was there for himself and not to protect her. She is kind of right. Then we get the bombshell that Heather is invited to Fisk's party. Matt then obviously confronts Heather about this, and she does something very surprising, and she sides with the vigilantes and Fisk. I think the argument that Matt and Heather have about vigilantes is planting the seeds for Heather to eventually turn on Matt. About this point, maybe 20 minutes in the episode, I realize that I hate Heather more than I've ever hated any fictional character ever. Then Fisk shows Vanessa where Adam's been this entire time. She gives him the choice of a key or something else. People had a theory that Adam was going to come back as Muse in season 2. I don't think he's walking this off. And then Kirsten tells Matt that Dex has been asking to see him. Then we get to see Matt's legal career disintegrate in front of our eyes because he cannot hold in this anger. I just have to say, visually and tonally, this is the Netflix show. The cinematography and the lighting looks stellar. It looks exactly how it did in the Netflix show, and I am so happy about this. The runtime is finally almost an hour again. Dealing with whether he should go visit Dex or not, he returns to Hell's Kitchen and Josie's bar. I love this shot here because this is where everything happened. This is where Foggy was shot, and this is where Dex fell off the roof. We could also see that Hell's Kitchen does not look like what it looked like a year ago. Josie's bar is beat down and closed. A surprising standout of this episode is Cherry. He's actually written well, and he's actually a compelling character in this episode. Matt then realizes that Foggy was a good lawyer, and he was probably onto something because he was celebrating. He then knows he has to go visit Dex because Dex didn't kill Foggy to get revenge. He did it because someone asked him to, or someone hired him to. And then the scene of Matt actually visiting Dex is insane. The tension is insane. If you ask me what the better prison interrogation scene is, Matt and Bullseye or Batman and Joker, you wouldn't like my answer. The writing for Dex here is insane, and I would say it rivals season 3. He is still troubled and confused and broken and is looking for someone to help him and guide him. Dex says to Matt, in another life you would protect me, and that kind of breaks my heart. The single shot inside the gala at the beginning is amazing. Fisk and Vanessa are finally united against the world with no one standing in their way. Dex's breakout scene is immaculate. He breaks out of Rikers with a tooth. He is the best villain in Marvel history. Vanessa has a meta line about the sins of the past, and I think that is the theme of this episode. They're correcting their sins that was the original terrible version of Daredevil Born Again. When Matt walks in and him and Fisk just stare each other down is amazing. They just want to let those animals out and go at each other, but they can't because they're in a public place. I loved when Matt finally put Heather in her place and he was like, listen here. Like I said, I hate Heather Glenn. The anti-vigilante task force is crazy. They're literally above the law and could do whatever they want to anybody. I love that Fisk is just taking people into this room and little brothering them. He literally asked them for all their money and they can't say no. We also finally get the acknowledgement that BB Urich knows that Fisk killed Ben. She's been secretly investigating Fisk and also running the stories that he wants so that way she can get closer to him. She is the best written new character, hands down. Dare I say this is the best shot in Daredevil ever. Vanessa and Fisk dancing in Matt's glasses. This is a 10 out of 10 shot. They're mocking him with their happiness. Immaculate. Buck gets the call that Dex broke out of prison and you could just smell the shit that's in his pants. Dex finally arrives and then I get shit in my pants. I love how they waited until the last final second to tell us who Dex is aiming at. It could literally be any of the 4 and it would be justified. We get that peak dolly zoom back from episode 1 and then Matt jumps in front of the bullet for Fisk. What is he, a daredevil? Jumping in front of a bullet for someone who's been terrorizing you for 10 years is diabolical. If you notice where Matt gets shot, it is in his right shoulder, and that's the same place that Foggy got shot. If Matt survives this, and we all pretty much know he will, Foggy does too. I love the visual language of this show so much. Fisk is white, Dex is blue, and Matt is red, and they're such polar opposites. You really feel the sauce in this episode, and it makes me even more excited for episode 9, and even more excited for Daredevil Born Again season 2.